This G2 goes in squad into the pistol round right off the bat. Sarah picks up 2 there in A main. And now Foot whittled down to just 3 players, and Julius already extremely low.
Yeah, that angle being held by Sarah, the power position sets her up for success truly there. Like you mentioned, Julius as well, low. Still though, both the duelists available for the side of Foot. G2, Petra and Mimi though, they're both able to push up here, leaving Lyda in a 1v5, only able to get that kind of falling back to maybe watch for a push coming in the doors. Exactly, the flank and the doors push as well.
This is scary. Smurfette's all alone.
Sarah finding the trade here 1-for-1, and now this complete flank pressure is coming in. Sarah with a second to boot. Showstopper ready to go off the back of that crucial kill, denying the plants and finding the kill to boot. Now just 2 players on site, Lyda and Ness. What more can they really do here? Trying to do the damage, but Mimi with the Sheriff will chime in, making her opinion very, very clear. And now Ness in a 1v3 to deny the bonus victory for G2, trying to isolate these angles and find these fights. Taps the spike for a little bit of additional pandemonium. But that first point of contact, G2, they're just not giving it to her, trying to make this as difficult as possible here. And Ness just able to find that first kill after catching that silhouette of a shoulder there. Now a 1v2, the clock ticking, 20 seconds left for Ness. And she is doing the best she can, finally able to stick that spike out. Has the Haunt back online as well. It's a possibility of a little bit of information coming in. Isolates the duel, takes down Petra, and now a 1v1. Only a Sheriff in Mimi's hand to try and clutch this out. They know exactly where the other player is. Ness finds the reload and finds the clutch and the kill. My god, Foot spawn at A, but now Foot, they're going for the rotate. I do believe G2 can hear all of the sound coming in. The shot goes wide, and it's just going to be a 1-for-1 trade. Sarah desperately trying to buy as much more stalling power as possible. Puts down the paint shells. Still 4v4. Oh god. Petra takes the zipline, finds the kill, and also takes the spike control into her own hands. With 12 seconds left, all she has to do is buy a little bit more time here. Roxy and Sarah between them just swooping in for these kills. And Smurfette, how much more can she do? Not enough is going to be the answer as she follow up. She still does have the Blade Storm available as well, looking for a little bit more. Now the Overdrive coming into play, but Smurfette gets taken out, so that's a huge kill. At least, and now it's a 3v1 situation. My bad. Still, Smurfette has the utility to work with, but Roxy just needs 1 kill for that lockdown.
That's true. Drops pretty good position to be able to get that out as well. She can isolate that one.
Look at the position though already. You have Neon headed towards that spawn area, really trying to set up that crossfire potential. And both the players on site, they're acting as a distraction because Lyda will swing out and find that final kill.
Smurfette just has to hide.
Now Nightfall invested to try and make it a little bit more easier for Smurfette to track down these kills. Still only able to find 1, and with this lesser weaponry from G2, they're still able to do the damage here. Now Orbital Strike gonna be online for Glance. Could possibly invest it to try and clear out towards this tower position, but Lyda, she's gonna be that point of contact, and Glance will regret that mistake. Now it's just a 1v1, and Lyda wins though. She takes out Mimi already. You can see Mimi ready with that Rolling Thunder, able to combo that with that Orbital Strike, and it's gonna really try to deny the plant, but Petra gets a little bit too eager, pushes on forward, and Julius just shuts her down here. Oh, but Roxy has the spike. Oh my, kills coming through across the board for either side. Now the lockdown gonna be forced out of Roxy as that Orbital Strike comes through, not quite connecting though. And Mimi just trying to isolate these fights, only able to win that first one though. And Sheriff in hand, it's gonna be Julius in that clutch potential.
Time.
Clock is ticking, has to find the kill before the lockdown comes in, and Roxy just plays it to perfection. Any kind of damage that she's taken doesn't stop her at all. And now G2, they're at a 2-person disadvantage, and Glance looking for that wraparound already. The positioning there from both of these players on foot to try and stop it. Finally, the trades go in favor of G2 though. Now it's going to be these 2 players against what remains of Foot, trying to kind of hold in that crossfire position, but both of them are quite low here. Smurfette still able to find that opener, act as that bait, and Lyda will sink the rest of G2 position early on. So G2, at least they have a couple of angles to work with, but Lyda takes down Roxy. Huge opener there. Petra finds the trade though. That's a rifle that Glance can possibly get into her hands. Now Dati, the sole player, kind of playing on site here, trying to get the flash down, but Petra, despite it connecting, is able to almost get that pre-fire in. The remaining players for Foot, both towards main, trying to deny the defuse here, just spraying and praying through that smoke that it goes through, and Petra tries to stick it, but the molly from Julius is too much. The utility, in fact, will buy enough time for G2 to just not get that defuse, and Julius with a 3k in that post plant keeps
It's going to be a pain. It's going to be tough to get that tower control.
I like that Foot, they are aware of the judge possibility, so they're just trying to take fights elsewhere on the map. But this time around, Mimi is more than ready for it. Just prepared, and Roxy, you brought it up, Ash, with that judge. Just impossible to take out at all. The flank kicks in finally, and Sarah takes down Dati, who was trying to go for that 1v5 G2. They might have been losing a couple of these rounds in the past, but they're able to bounce back here on their full buy. And, you know, what's the funny part? A couple away from her own Nightfall, but aside from that, they're just going for that hot and heavy hit that has favored them in the past before. This time, though, it's going to be put to a stop. Already Roxy finding a huge opener with the judge, still gonna be online towards that towers area, just lying in wait for whoever else walks into her path, and she fires off a couple of warning shots. Surfa not able to work her usual magic, and now onside Dati is gonna be surrounded. Sarah Satchel's onto her, but that's the thing, that's not what you have to worry about. You have to still worry about Roxy, and is able to get away scot-free. Great start for this bonus round for the side of Foot, and with that rifle in hand, she's still looking for more here. Not quite able to connect the shots, but still ticking. Julius there for the backup, finds both of the kills on the Sheriff, and that's huge for Foot's side. Now just 2 left for G2.
This is the bonus round here for Foot as well. We can't keep that. We have to keep that in mind.
Oh, that whiff is going to be something that Petra might feel dearly for later on. Dati just able to push up and confirm the kill. Mimi, though, the 1v3 able to find the first 2 already. Beautiful spray transfer. Still 2 left to go for, though. And with that Rolling Thunder in hand, not going to be given a chance to use it as Dati takes her down.
This is flanking this again. This time actually catches glance out, and for this retake situation, Lyda at the very least does have that overdrive available here.
Gonna be seeing it committed as well, just tearing to Petra. Now 2 remaining players here for the side of Foot, for the side of G2, sorry. Sarah, though, still, despite being concussed, will get the headshot, and will have further utility to buy some delaying time. Dati now going to have to go for the defuse. Ness does take down this player, but the defuse is being stuck all the way. Mimi in a 1v2 isn't aware of it, and the defuse will come through, and Ash, the fact that Ness found glance on that,
she has to go for something early here.
Smurfette, though, Smurfette and Mimi both not quite connecting their shots. Ness at least able to find a trade here, but still, it's just there for G2. The numbers game here. Mimi and Sarah now in position to make their job happen. The showstopper comes out, but Julius denies it, brings things down to a 1v2 here. Once again, there's the potential of the spike being stuck in, but Mimi tries to tank the molly to walk out. The spike comes in again as we head into this first overtime round here. Once again, you have Roxy kind of just playing the tower power position. This time around, there's going to be some utility that she has to deal with, but Roxy, she's not distracted. Just finds the timing on the swing here and takes down 2 of Foot. Especially considering that both of your initiators are down, it's gonna be so much more difficult to set Smurfette up for these fights. And without that, Glance and Roxy, they just have 3 aim duels here, able to find so much damage. Lockdown already online, and Smurfette in a 1v5 just gets shot tower, dish play that has worked out well for G2 in the past. But though they've expected it, going for these fights here towards main, they spot out Petra, they take her out, but Roxy's still gonna be the distraction, buying time for Sarah to come in. But Smurfette, this time around, she's not gonna be caught in the open. Advantage still in favor of Foot here, as the numbers keep in their favor.
Spike planted.
Spike planted. Mimi going for that early engagement, turning it into a 2v2 to equalize. 2 flashes though available for Dati in this retake, aftershock to zone, and then you've also got those relay bolts to play with here for Lyda.
The problem though is this angle being held by Glance. It's just proven to be so dangerous in the past year. She chooses to put out the molly and still gets the kill despite being caught by that relay boat. Now orbital strike online. Dati gonna be delayed even further here, even as that aftershock comes in, and G2, they've done it. They've come back the clock. It might have just ticked too far. Dati gonna need an absolute miracle here, especially with how split G2 are playing, and G2, they do it again. They make that comeback. They swing through it. 14-12. They take map number 1.
I think this first map, though, just tells the tale of what we can expect for the remainder of the
We've seen how strong it can be before already. The hunt is on here. Smurfette this time enabled by that double initiator combo, able to find that first blood. And while Sarah tries to regroup on that B side, it's going to be Lyda finding a kill and falling back again. Just maintaining this numbers advantage for Foot, and G2. My god, they're on a chase here.
Julius is alone. Got a turret to watch her back at the very least, but just gonna try and find one. Isolations are looking really good so far. Petra around the corner though, not gonna let too much more happen here. So G2, they find themselves as A side, a bit of a refresh with the regrowth at the very least, but Foot still have numbers.
Petra takes down Lyda here. 1-for-1 trade. Glance finding another one as well. So both the remaining players, it's going to be a 2v2 and everybody's looking fairly healthy. Ness does have that Sheriff in hand though. Knows the position of these players thanks to that reveal coming in. Glance still trying to find that fight, but Roxy isolates the duel here, catches Ness off guard, and that's going to be a huge start for G2. Now able to just hold down this crossfire turret. Still a point of contact as well to deal with. And Dati, the clock is slowly but surely ticking. She tries to advance to this position, spots out Ness here, but Roxy's right next to her, able to find that first kill with the help of the right click. The spike, though, it's going to be planted on top here, and it does seem like Glance should be able to buy enough time. Dati fakes the tap, but she doesn't really have the time to do it, unfortunately. It's going to be the pistol coming in for G2, goes in, and the final kill as well. Talking about clearing, though, it's going to be Smurfit in that battle charge, able to isolate that first fight, but not able to get the kill. Now Dati, along with her teammate, looking for a little bit more, and Dati going huge here. 3 kills already for the breach, and that's good. 30 seconds left. They do have to go here, and there's not going to be much utility left apart from that Trailblazer that you did bring up, Sarah. They're going through the door, looking for that first point of contact. Petra finds one, but it's just going to be her before she goes down. Now a 1v3 for Sarah. The Paranoia Immaculate, and Jill is able to capitalize fully on that kill onto Sarah. Now G2 looking to set up for that post plant. Kind of going to be stuck onto site here. You do see Lyda TPing over as well for some additional information, and it's going to be the Rolling Thunder to strike Glance unless setting Smurfette up for the kill. Numbers advantage still in favor of Foot, even as Mimi does her job here with that operator. Petra and Mimi between them, neutralizing that advantage, bringing it back to their sides. Roxy chiming in as well, and now it's just going to be Julius in a 1v3. How quickly the round has fallen apart for Foot, and with the positioning that the remainder of the G2 squad are holding, the utility coming in as well, there's just no chance here. She's just going to have to try and save, but already Petra on the hunt here, wanting to deny even that minute victory in this loss here. Will find that final kill, and G2 gets a 5. Showstopper ready to go here. Hunter's Fury coming out early on to try and deny the plans, but them using that this early, it's going to keep it from being a point. Oh no, the nade, it already does so much. Showstopper as well, able to find the kill onto Dati here. And just like that, 2 players, they go down. Glance and Sarah, they hold strong on site. Sarah still with a lot of utility to work with. Lyda takes her down finally, but these 2 players from Foot, they have to get out of this corner, and they're just surrounded. The flame kicking in as well from Roxy. Lyda finding at least another kill, but Petra, she will clean house here, finding the Foot if they're so inclined. Smurfette on the opposite side, looking for a bit of value, finds that first headshot, but not quite able to dash away to safety as Roxy takes her down. G2, they manage to keep the numbers even here, and they still have that lockdown on Roxy.
Another A post plant. Big strong suit. Dati's just looking to spam.
Ooh, she gets the kill as well, but again, Roxy just able to find that trade here. Now, there's no real tool for the G2 players to watch for the flank here. So both of them, they're going to have to play on site, try to keep up this crossfire and use the utility. Lockdown comes out of Roxy at the very least, so they know exactly where the Killjoy is. Foot, though, they still have to advance forward, and the clock is ticking. Paranoia comes through from Glance to try and get these fights in their favor, but Lyda still finds that one and takes down the Lockdown to boot. But that is just Glance in a 1v2 right now. Has to somehow deal with these fights. At least has a dark cover to try and play around here. Finds the wraparound in this ring of Rosie. She comes out on top in positioning, but not able to connect the shots here. Ness, she will get the defuse.
It'll just be 2 players. Glance and Sarah should be caught in fray.
Smurfette finds an opener thanks to that operator, and on site the concussion hits, but it's just going to be taking a little bit too much time. Ness, though, able to find the kills along with Lyda. It's just going to be Glance and Sarah to try and strike back here. Smurfette, though, takes down Sarah, and that will be the round coming in for Foot. They surround their prey in every direction and finally make a crucial retake work out. It might have taken them until the end of the half, Ash, but finally that might prove to be the difference maker here. Still, though, gonna be taken down. Like you mentioned, no chance to rendezvous away to safety, and Ness will find the punish there. Just really, really careful approach coming out of Foot here as they get that spike down. Now, it's going to be a 3v5. The Recon finds the timing onto Glance as well, and Smurfette will find that immediate punish. Just 2 players left alive in this attempt at a retake coming out of G2, and there's not really telling how much more they can do, especially with how disparate this post plant is out of Foot. Ness with the off angle takes down Petra, and now it's just Roxy in a 1v5. Does have her turret at least to try and buy a little bit of space, but she's gonna have to take these first confrontations head to head. Finds 2 kills to start with. 3 bullets left in the chamber. Looking for a little bit more of a good blink.
Yeah, that's a rough one to think about. Smurfette has a hold here on that broken door as well. Just a little bit of a chicken playing chicken, I should say, with Roxy, and Roxy's gonna come out on top.
Ness at least able to find one. Lida still on site. Gonna be surrounded though, and now it's just going to be Dati trying to close out this 1v2. Roxy spots out her position, and the spike, it's not exactly gonna be planted for her. She has to isolate these fights, and she's not quite able to succeed. Between them, Roxy and Glance, they were vulnerable. The paranoia connects as well, and Glance, she might be able to find a huge opener. Lida though, TP's in, acts as a distraction. Roxy only able to find one before she goes down, and Petra, she's just gonna wait to regroup with her teammate.
That's the thing that Lida does so well. If Smurfette's not getting the picks, she is gonna get them in return for this squad here on foot. But a more solid post plant this time around, largely playing over towards Mound, re-clearing that flank early on. G2 looking to retake.
Two different points that they try to converge on. Again, it's just going to be one player kind of on site here, so Lida might be able to get isolated, but Sarah not able to quite connect the kill, and Lida, she pushes forward to find that 4K. Huge round swing. Playing up close in the smoke with the classic in hand, just staying alive here. It's so much value coming out. She in fact pushes out and able to find that kill. Oh my god, the Hunter's Fury pulled out at the worst time. Ness able to stop it and take down Petra, but the damage with these pistols, it's already being done by G2. They have that defender lockdown as well to push the reminder of foot off site. They're just trying to play the crossfire in the time. Sarah though with the Vandal spots out this first player, has the positioning, finds the kill, and now it's just down to Ness here. A 1v4, and she's not going to be able to even find that first. Ooh, that's a rare miss.
That was scary.
Now though, both players get spotted out. Rolling Thunder comes in, and that's the value of the Sova here on this particular part of the map. Everything's paper thin, but the paranoia is perfect. Sarah at least finds a kill before being shut down. And now it's G2 still at a numerical disadvantage, forced to let that spike really go down. Shocknart's tagging up Lance just a little bit, but she still finds the timing to take down Lida to bring this back to a 3v3.
On pushing into this drop control too. Glance just gonna take her out. Now equalized and separated.
Oh, Julius though able to find that first kill at least. Ness gets another, and now it's a 1v1. Julius knows where her counterpart is and vice versa. No smokes left there. There's going to be one coming back online, and the spike isn't exactly planted for her, but it's still a wall-bangable position. Glance does tap that first one, but gets the positioning, and that's going to be flash new shooter. You got to use him, otherwise Vivian will just take you down. Petra on the hunt as well. Finds Julius, just tracks her down and nails her. With that, it's just going to be 3 players left for this foot side. They look to go towards C instead. Roxy with the Odin, your favorite gun dash, looking for a little bit of action, and she just has the angle, takes down Ness, and it seems like the second map, like you mentioned, might be done and dusted. Just Dati and Lida left right now, and it's gonna be the bait and switch play. G2, they take both of them down, and they win 13-6. A dominant victory by any measure. Smoke to go in. Dash not quite activated yet for Sarah, though now it is. She dashes into her own smoke, but the flash, it connects with her own teammate, and Smurfette fully ready to find that kill. The crossfire that we talked about, just ready. The kill is chiming in across that foot side, and now it's just going to be Glance and G2. They're just ready for this post-ban kind of situation. You do see the fragments and the flashes come out, but G2, they're just so disciplined here. The first point of contact, Glance, she goes down, but Mimi trades out both of them. It's just going to be a 1v1.
Alarm bot soon to reveal something if it's not just Julius looking to jiggle peek it. Goes off and taken out.
G2 going for the split here on the A side. Finally, the harbor wall coming through. First point of contact. Julius, oh my god, she gets the spray down and finds both of the kills here. Lida as well anchoring towards his backside. Still has all your Killjoy today on site, and with that 0 point coming in, they know exactly where another player from G2 is present. Now Roxy on the lurk here. Looking at the positioning out of foot though. Yeah, that's that. I like that little bit of micro adaptation that they've done as well with Roxy coming over to her usual strategy of sticking to the team, because at this point Foot is like so trained to expect her lurk that her being that extra body on site can just do a little bit more here. Now that Trailblazer, it already catches out the positioning of Smurfette, but Sarah, she's gonna be able to take that space. It's gonna be the Reckoning to come into play as well, but despite that, right on the site, Julius and Lida, they're both just able to hold for so long. Lida finally being taken down, but the damage, it's been done for this G2 side. 3 players gone.
I don't know if anyone even actually saw anybody that they killed in this round so far, to be honest. Like, there were smokes for days going on. Roxy secures this plant 1 away from the Viper's pit as well.
They know exactly where she is, though, thanks to that haunt that came out. Now, Sarah, she's going to have to do a lot of this heavy lifting by Roxy, at least able to reposition thanks to the wall, able to find those first two kills. The third as well, Roxy on track for the clutch, but has to reload at the worst time, and Smurfette having spotted by that guiding light, though, so she's still going to be able to hold down a positioning on site. Oh, but Petra forcing her out of that angle with that Trailblazer. The Blade Storm coming out for both of these jets here. Viper's Pit going to be put into play as well, and you see Smurfette kind of trying to go around the corner. Petra, though, ready for that awareness, will be able to find the kill. And this time, when you see the push coming through on site, Roxy just waiting that Bastion to deny that from coming in. Ness, though, takes down that Viper's Pit with that crucial kill. And suddenly, despite that numbers disparity, there might still be a chance for Foot if they can clear out these two towards the backside. As I see that, though, Sarah, huge shot there with the Blade Storm, finds that first kill. And it's just going off it, though, so these timings are going to be crucial. G2 now heading into side. Lyda, though, in that corner, able to find that first opener. Roxy takes her down, so that's going to be no more lockdown available for this retake here. Still, though, with 20 seconds left, G2, they have to go in for this B-side hit. Mimi's Lurk finally looking to pay dividends, but Ness, she finds the timing and she takes her down. Three remaining players, they look to get that spike down, but Julius and Ness, they just push through onto site. And it's really coming out of foot. It pushes them so far back. Still, though, Sarah going into the doors here, gonna be caught by the flash and the fragments. She just gets ripped apart, and Dante has the null command off the back of that. Oh, Roxy.
What a clear. That was so clean coming out from Roxy, but a full rotation here in Art, and Smurfette's waiting.
Smurfette's waiting, and Smurfette does not miss a second to boot, and that's going to give her control of the spike here. G2, they have a couple players remaining, but both of them, they're so far away. They have to come back towards his A side. Petra in particular, on this lurk, she finds two huge kills. That will give her the Seekers, and that suddenly this round, it looks much, much more viable for the side of G2. Smurfette's position smoked out thanks to the Seekers, and she misses that shot, unfortunately. Gotta be vulnerable, still swings out, and she takes down Petra. Now it's just going to be a 1v2 that Roxy somehow has to close out. No Viper's Pit online. She knows where they are, though. Oh my god. That was just a nasty shot coming out of Roxy. Takes down Smurfette, and now it's a 1v1. She repositions, she finds the angle, and Roxy is just playing that anti-flash, more than ready for it, is able to take it away. Now Lyda, forced to use that lockdown, is able to at least isolate that first steal, gets a second one as well, and Sarah taken down here. Lockdown still going, though, and that's gonna force the detain into glance. Just gonna be stuck in position. Lyda on a track for the ace right now. 3 kills already on the round. Spike at least has gone down. Petra on the lurk here finds Julius, so still going to be a 3v2 here. That Cosmic Divide is also going to be taken offline, but Lyda on fire this round finds Mimi, and it might not be the ace for Lyda, but it's certainly a wrong plan position. Lyda not feeling safe enough to really reposition here. Roxy, though, finds a crucial timing, takes out Julius, but this reposition from Ness, it might catch her out. This 1v1 might decide the fate of the round, and Roxy, she finally goes down, does the damage though, so Lyda with the Sheriff might be able to do something, but she misses the shot that Petra able to fully capitalize here. A little bit of misses come out of Ness and towards them to try and capitalize, especially when the plant is going to be in such a close angle here. They have to fight on this particular side, and G2, they're just trying to buy as much stall utility as possible. A beautiful molly from Roxy, though. That's going to set them up for success. 15 seconds left. They have to go in for the plant. Numbers still on G2's side with a player advantage, and with 10 seconds left, they have to come in. G2, they know about that. Ness finding a kill onto Mimi, but has to reload at the worst time, and Petra ready to capitalize. Roxy as well.
Big art control here. Important just to leave G2 with less options for the pushback in.
They're still trying, though, to find their timing. Petra with a beautiful angle. 2 kills already. The third onto Dati. Absolutely insane. And she knows where that fourth player is. Cove comes down to try and get the defuse stuck in. Not much utility left. And Roxy, she finds one. It's just left to Smurfette, but it's going to be Mimi coming down the long way. She might be late, but she's just on time. Well, Smurfette finally drops the body here, finds the better of Sarah on this push, and looking for a little bit more here as she goes up. Prowler gonna smoke out the position of Glance, and Lyda quick to capitalize on the kill. They still have to deal with Mimi, though. They didn't know about her operator until now, and she takes full advantage to find a kill. Still, despite the presence of the ult here, Mimi still holding her ground, has the lockdown as well, but finally Smurfette takes over, and just like that, but they finally find a successful execute with a numbers advantage.
Smurfette's got the op now. Both players on the flank.
Smurfette with an op. She don't miss, and she finds a kill onto Petra. Just gotta be Roxy now. 1v3 to clutch out. She knows the position of 1. Not sure if the rest. She'll still, though, able to take out Lyda. Now just has to isolate these fights. Pushes forward with Smurfette with that operator.
They're just looking to crunch towards site now. 30 seconds left.
Knockoman gonna be active, letting them to scale up here. Lida able to find that second kill on the round. Still Petra towards his backside. She's playing spoils for trying to find the damage and the kills, and she finds the timing. Takes out Lida. Huge there. Gonna be bringing it back down to a 3v3, but Mimi, she still has this lockdown. That's still gonna be a huge factor here. Ness takes out Sarah, though. That's gonna be the operator offline for the rest of this round. And now Petra and Mimi, they're in a 2v3. They have the lockdown, but it might not matter for much. It's just Mimi versus the world here. Has to smoke out these players and can't even take care of that first obstacle. Ness puts her down, takes her out, and Foot, they take the lead.
Through, and Foot should have a free site.
There's a corner, though, not covered by the lockdown, so there's still going to be glance towards his backside. Only finds one, though. Lida finally taking her down, and with the Seekers, you do see the push attempt coming out of Petra. She finds a kill there, and Smurfit, who gets a little bit too far ahead of her team, will once again be taken down. The rest of G2, they still have to make this retake work out, though. They don't really have any else to work with, and the flank is there from Roxy as well. She might be able to find the timing here. No real utility to stop her, but oh my god, that's just a nasty time to check your backstab, and she finds it perfectly. Mimi and Petra, they've been together since the beginning. Looking for a little bit more here. Mimi in a 1v2, just too much for her to chew. And it will be immediately broken, not going to find any information. You do see Ness get spotted out towards side here. Mimi trying to cut her off from that rotation, but not quite looking in the right angle. Ness able to find that kill, still on site, a second as well. And now just two G2 players remain to try and keep this from going into that end. But Ness, she's there, she's the beginning, she's the end, and now just Glance remains a 1v4 to keep this from going to that map number 4, and with that clock ticking out, there's just no chance. The last thing she wants is to take down Glance at the very least. She finds the first 2 kills, but Smurfit, she'll put her down, and just like that, we're heading to map number 4, because Foot, they're not done yet.
They are not. 13-10 there for Foot. The first map win here in this best of 5. If possible. Looking for a creep up in towards garage. Turret will be taken down and information given here, but you got 2 players back site per foot.
Yeah, they haven't moved a muscle since this round started. Of course, Sarah, the one to dash in, find that first opening fadeaway. 3 on the round already for her. I believe our panel was talking about how she had a little bit of a quiet game the last time around here, but she looks like she wants to make up for it in spades right now. Smurfit at least able to find a trade, but still numbers in favor of G2, and Sarah, she's still hungry here, has the dash, doesn't quite get a chance to use it, and now it's a 2v2. The remaining players, they look to go back for that post plan. Mimi already having used the mollies here. They're gonna have to just try to somehow take these duels head to head. Petra still has a guiding light in hand, though. Will connect the flash, catch them out, and find the kill. It's just gonna be dash inside. Ness, though, with that off angle, able to take down a player towards his backside, looking for a second, not able to quite find it, though. And Sarah, she's gonna be the one finding the frags this time around. Going for the cover, trying to protect that spike plunger, and they'll get it down.
Flanking coming. Dati here, looking for it. Managed to take down Roxy as well.
Still has to deal with just Sarah, though, being so strong here. The spray enough despite the full blind. Smurfit, though, with the Marshall. We've seen her before in these kind of positions. Now a 1v2 remaining to clutch out. No smokes, unfortunately. She just has to take these fights.
They know that they have to play off site, but actually get caught in the fray here in short. Sarah's...
Yeah, the paranoia gonna be there, so off the back of that, Ness at least able to take down both Sarah and Glance here, the ones on site. Now 3 players left for G2. You see the chain flashes coming out of Sarah, coming out of Petra. The second one's a fake, though. Ness on fire. You're here to find those kills, and the spray down from Roxy. From Mimi, just insane work. Such a dangerous angle she's holding. Lockdown gonna be invested as well, but the flash is perfect, and Smurfit just set up for success on these kills. Mimi and Petra, though, they're still fighting and kicking around, able to find these kills, and suddenly it's a 1v2 here. Julius gets taken down. I don't know if she's aware of Petra's positioning. She is, and Julius's clutch will...
Ness's only job is to delay this plant. Mimi's going to secure it regardless, but then G2, they're forced to hightail it out. Many of these players actually have the potential to even get caught inside.
They take the lockdown out with the lineup. Smurfit tries to go for the stick here, but in that Viper's pit, there's just no chance of it. The sprays come through. Roxy and Mimi between them just really playing absolute spoils for it. And once again, Mimi, she's the one with the spray. She's the one who hits those kills. The recon doesn't connect, so G2, they're just able to scale up for free. Lyda, the one holding this off angle here, that first point of contact, but she has 4 players waiting for her on the other side, able to play off the turret, finds 2. Sarah still shuts her down, but that's just so much value, and just like that, there's still a second player on site. Ness able to capitalize off the back of her utility. It plays distraction, and she finds these kills between Ness and Lyda. Might be all that Foot need to close it out, and oh my god, the flick onto Roxy. Jules, especially with her getting caught out. Lyda, they're gonna opt to just come back around, use that Hunter's Fury while Jules cooks alive. Caught by that vulnerability. Mimi just cleans her up with 1 bullet, though at least Lyda with the Hunter's Fury able to find a kill here. The only problem is that Roxy, she'll have the lockdown after getting that particular kill, so there's no more deterrence available for this particular ultimate.
Can be wallbang though if they find that logs control. They're not gonna find that logs control.
Nope. No control, it's just gonna be G2 on site, especially when you're running that double initiator. Sarah, though, she's been insane this game, not able to hit that first shot. Will be forced to fall back, and G2, they're in a bit of an awkward retake situation. Once again, Petra's flash hits everybody, and it's just gonna be a 1-for-1 trade. Still, though, on this backside, G2, they chime in, doing as much damage as possible, and they're just fighting for dear life here. No chance at all for Foot to even set foot on this side. It might be the one saving grace that Foot really have to try and work with in this round. Mimi holding a crossfire with a turret. Oh, but that's a beautiful shot.
That's a massive pick. Petra is hot on that flank, though. No util to watch it. She could easily just walk into window.
Yeah, she definitely does have the positioning there. Foot have to try to get onto this B side and also be aware of that lurk possibility. Julius does put up a smoke here, tries to go for the fake play, and oh my god, Smurf is just ready for the push, but glances that second layer. Now gonna be a 1v1, but Petra, check it though. Smurf still goes and challenge towards this power position on site. Sarah falling to boot. Petra finds the trade though, so still gonna be Glance in the corner, tucked away. Glance for 2. Now just 2 players left alive. Julius at least takes down Glance, but with 13 seconds left, there has to be Spike going down soon. It has to be on the C side as well. Jules forced to fight with the rest of the team. She has to stick it. It's just going to be Ness trying to deny it. And in this 2v2, she'll get the Spike down.
I'll have a retake impending here. These 2 players have been online.
Oh no, and they're taken offline as quickly as we make that statement. G2, a very, very successful retake here, and an incredibly successful series for them as well. 13-3. That's going to be map number 3. Just a bit of a stomp here coming through, and G2, they are your Series 2 champions. Let's go.
The reign continues here for G2 goes in the winner of the 2023 Valorant Game Changers.